Glad to have you back on this Wednesday. Thank you for being a part of the program. Did anyone get caught in the rain earlier today? Just a brief shower, but it was a good one and a cold one. And we're seeing the cool air move in, of course, behind that front that is making its way out of here. And, just thrilled. It's not the shortest of forecasts. It's whenever you have 3 words to describe the weather for one single day, which is always a good thing. It is 1 page, though, at least tonight. No 3-word descriptions, except for Saturday. With that said, it is an improving forecast as far as severe weather. But there are some showers and there are thunderstorms, and there is still cooler air for your Memorial Day weekend in store, kind of like what we're already getting a taste to today. So, with that said, we'll wrap up on your forecast. We have indictments returned, a number of which by the McGoffin County Grand Jury. I've got coverage on tap tonight, at least, of the Johnson County Board of Education meeting, as well as the Sayersville City Council meeting from the past few days. We'll at least begin those tonight, maybe get to some other local governmental coverage, as I'm still in what feels like a perpetual mode of catch-up after being out for the past couple of weeks for graduation and moving and the like. But nevertheless, a lot of news, which will all start in, let's just say, 60 seconds.
Johnson Central High School stands alone in providing the most college and career programs of study in one building throughout the entire state of Kentucky. This includes pathways in everything from the medical field to engineering, telemedia, welding, agriculture, and even aviation. And that's just to name a few of the 32 different choices. Work has also been started on a brand new state-of-the-art high school. So now is the time for your child to experience the power of opportunities in Johnson County schools.
Check out the season savings at Conley's. Save $100 on select sets of new truck tires, $140 on new Bridgestones, $200 on Continental, $180 on Goodyears, and more till the end of May. Plus brake jobs, oil changes, computer diagnostics, and 6 months no interest. Conley Tire in Staffordsville and ConleyTire.net. The McGoffin County Grand Jury has returned a number of indictments in its last setting. Those, of course, released to us after they are served. I expect that there is still a few more to come, but right now here's what we have reported out. Roy Logan Holland with a Paducah address was indicted on a 4-count indictment: burglary in the 3rd degree, possession of burglary tools, public intoxication, excluding alcohol, and criminal mischief in the 3rd degree for, according to Sayersville City Police, burglarizing or entering in an attempt to Poor Boy's Produce back in May of last year. Michael Williams of Sayersville was indicted after the case presented to the grand jury by the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department resulted in a single count of trafficking in a controlled substance, 1st degree first offense for being in possession with the intent to traffic of a quantity of 2 grams or more of methamphetamine May of 2023. Brandon Rife of Sayersville was indicted, named in a 5-count indictment after the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department brought evidence to the grand jury, resulting in charges of possession of a controlled substance, 1st degree second offense for methamphetamine, tampering with physical evidence, resisting arrest, possession of drug paraphernalia, and operator's license to be in possession. This all stems from an incident on or around March the 19th of this year. Jerry Shepard of Sayersville was indicted on 2 counts, trafficking in a controlled substance, 1st degree second offense, 2 grams or more of methamphetamine, as well as being a persistent felony offender in the 2nd degree, which means that he has at least 1 prior felony already on his record before being charged with this one by the McGoffin County Grand Jury. Trenton Fletcher of Sayersville was named in a 2-count indictment, 1 for burglary in the 3rd degree for breaking or entering a structure or building owned by Robert Lemaster on March the 8th of this year, as well as criminal mischief in the 2nd degree. Matthew Owens of Sayersville was indicted on this 15th day of May, just a few days ago, for trafficking in a controlled substance, 1st degree second offense, over 2 grams of meth, trafficking in a controlled substance, 1st degree second offense for fentanyl, escape in the 1st degree, tampering with physical evidence, and possession of drug paraphernalia, all related to an arrest on March the 11th of this year. And again, more indictments were released by the grand jury. Those are still pending to be served and then released to us, and then we'll have an update, of course, as soon as that information is available. From there, we'll go on to more local coverage tonight, and we'll turn to the Sagersville City Council meeting from earlier in the week, where representatives of the Carpenters and Millwrights Union 1076 were there. They were there to bring up an interesting question: is Salyersville, like many other cities, losing out on occupational taxes related to construction projects which are not following the rules?
So part of my job, we go around to city councils, fiscal courts, and we introduce stuff to local governments as we come across them on job sites within city limits and even counties. So we're here today to talk to you a little bit about something to maybe for the council to look into, and you can draft your own, word it how you want. A fair bidding ordinance, a responsible bidding ordinance. We call them RBOs. Basically, it keeps honest people honest. You know, you can kind of hear that, you know, Salyersville is looking at growing, and there's always something being built. There's always something being worked on within city and local governments. And I think we can all agree Salyersville and McGoffin County is slap full of union tradesmen and women. So more notably, you know, we're out here on some of these job sites, and we recognize if contractors are coming into our cities and if they are legitimate companies. Right now in America, and more so in the state of Kentucky, there is companies that's, you know, employing illegals, paying cash under the table, worker misclassification, tax fraud. You know, all this is public record. And you know, a lot of this stuff is, you got to be smart to be a criminal. Criminals aren't done. Crooked people aren't done. So, you know, it's right under our noses. It's just something to be mindful of. And you know, like I said, we're out here, we hit these job sites, we see it every day. So I have some examples of RBLs that have been passed in other jurisdictions within our council. If I can email this to anybody, you can make copies of what I have here. They're examples. And just to kind of throw some stuff out there for you to consider, it prohibits contractors from paying employees cash. You can put in those that they have to pay, you know, a prevailing wage or whatever is the will of the city council, right, in these RBOs. So basically what happens is, and I'm going to give you an example, Bourbon County, which is Paris, Kentucky, and I know we're comparing apples to oranges. They're a lot bigger community with a lot more infrastructure than what we have, but just as an example. So I've been dealing with, so they recently passed a licensing ordinance for companies, anybody, and there's some restrictions to that. But basically, if a company comes into Paris, Bourbon County, they got to come down to the city hall. They have to apply for a business license, which is $50. Compared to what they're going to make, that ain't no money, but to the city, that's, you know, that helps. And what that does is that helps the city better track these companies as they're working within that jurisdiction. And it helps you to monitor if they're paying occupational tax to your city. So we was heard y'all talking about the lawnmower a minute ago. We have some new construction going on in the city. You know, this is something you can look into. It is my personal belief that there is currently construction going on that is being done illegal by a bad company that is not paying occupational tax to the city of Salyersville. It's within a half a mile where we're standing at right now. The occupational tax off of that construction project alone would probably pay for a better half of that lawnmower you're talking about buying. That's just something to consider.
Yeah, no, it's not here. They come in and got the packages. Am I right? They come in and got our packages for all that.
What, the people in the building? I think so.
Liquor store.
Right. I think they came in and got, as far as I know, a business license maybe, but I don't know anything about the taxes.
I'll check on that and make sure they're paying.
And that's fine. Listen, guys, I'm not, like I said, and some of this stuff, sometimes we run onto these tips and it might not be nothing, but we just want to work with the local governments. We're not here to point, we just want to raise awareness to stuff like this, and this county and city is going to do nothing but grow from here on. This is a very aggressive city council. We have an aggressive fiscal court that wants the community to grow. But like I said, we want to make sure that, that companies are doing it right.
Brad, you looked at the responsible bidder ordinance we got right now.
Yeah, so the current one
What's the difference?
So the current one that you have right now, Gary.
It only touches on the infrastructure projects in the city limits only. And if I read it correctly, it's only 20,000 or above.
Yeah, on any projects that's over $20,000 on infrastructure.
So I'll state, if you don't know me, my name's Gary Lowe. I live at 12 Back Street in Dixie. Like Brian was saying, I did stop in here, and I think I spoke to Jackie up front. She did state that the owners of the liquor store did get a business licensing, but the contractors did not.
For the purpose of construction. That's what maybe there's a little bit of confusion there. I don't, that's probably where we got mixed up at. But yeah, these RBOs and licensing ordinance ensures that even in the construction phase, that's where we're missing a lot of this at. Obviously a business that's going to be open 7 days a week would, be out there so everybody see. But these construction jobs they're absolutely killing these local governments, robbing them of tax money.
Those representatives also said their next stop will be the McGoffin County Fiscal Court, where they plan to address them and pose the same questions and offer the same input. Let me take a quick break. We've still got more news to come, your calendar and coverage of the Johnson County Board of Education. Stay tuned. For whatever reason, if your working days are over, don't do anything before you meet Grover. Social Security, disability, SSI, work injuries, wear and tear, and hearing loss. 888-9-GROVER. One name, one call, one ultimate solution to your heating and cooling, sales, 24-hour service, and installation for home, commercial, boilers, chillers, and VRF systems. With over 15 years of experience and now based right here in the viewing area, Ultimate Air. 496-6650. SMB is proud to stand with you with what might be your very first and definitely last checking, savings, retirement, even Christmas Club account, along with consumer, auto, mortgage, business loans that you can easily manage from anywhere in the world with safe, secure mobile and online banking that comes from over 120 years of commitment to your financial life and well-being, today, tomorrow, and forever. Salyersville National.
The one and only Lori Morgan. Ruby Anniversary Tour 2025. Friday, June 6th, the Mountain Arts Center in Prestonsburg. Reserve seats on sale now at macarts.com or at the People's Bank box office.
With spring comes sniffles and sneezes from that pesky fine powder from plants. Pollen, one of the worst words ever. You could try to limit your time outdoors, but that's really not an option for most of us. So talk to the pharmacist at Parkway Pharmacy and make a plan for personalized solutions for allergy and asthma relief today.
At Big Sandy Healthcare, our mission has been to provide quality healthcare close to home. Now, as part of the mission, we're proud to announce our new Women's Health Mobile Clinic. We will be traveling to 5 counties to ensure that transportation is not an issue when it comes to your health. We can even arrange transportation from your home to the mobile clinic. Services include prenatal and postpartum visits, 4D ultrasounds, lab work, and wellness exams. For an appointment, call 606-263-6195. Big Sandy Healthcare, truly bringing quality healthcare close to your home.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
The Johnson County Board of Education meeting in its entirety, like all other local governmental meetings, City Council, Board of Education, Fiscal Court, and the Jail Board from Magoffin, Johnson, and Lawrence counties can be found in their entirety on Field Hills Communications, where this meeting is also going to be forwarded. But in part, we'll cover a few of the aspects of the regular meeting for the Johnson County Board of Education as they come closer to, like everyone else, the end of the school year. It began, however, with Chairman Bob Hutchinson wishing to honor their longtime board member who just recently passed.
Before we get started, I wanted to just say a few words. We lost one of our valued members of the Johnson County school system this week. William Fraley had been with the board. He was a supporter of each and every child here in Johnson County. He worked diligently for the good of all the children in Johnson County. He was an awesome team player. He had good input when we had different discussions on different items. And for those of you that did not ever meet William Fraley, you need to know that he was here for you all. He was here for the kids in all aspects. So what I'd like to ask is about 1 minute of silence in memory of William Fraley, our beloved board member. Thank you. Thank you. One of the things William loved to hear was children laughing and having a good time. So may we think of him when we hear the kids laughing in the gym, in the schoolyard, or any activity they might be partaking in.
From there, it was a number of special recognitions. Sports and academic teams from several different schools throughout the Johnson County School District were recognized for their performance, whether in the classroom or academically, or of course in their respective sport throughout the school year, as were two now retirees within the Johnson County School District. One whose service spanned 32 years in the Johnson County school system at various schools, Sharon Stamper. The other, 25 years to Miss Talina Connolly.
You both again. You will absolutely be missed, but we hope you enjoy your retirement. So give another big round of applause.
From there, other business at hand, which also would include addressing the now vacant seat left by board member Fraley, which the Board of Education said that they had 60 days to fill and that they would start taking applications at this time. Those would be advertised in the local paper and would be open for 2 weeks, and that they would have up to 60 days, but we're not required to take the full 60 days to fill that seat. A couple of quick reminders on the Magoffin Farm Bureau community calendar for this evening. You've got just a couple of days till next Wednesday to get your application in for the 2025 bush hogging program. Is a 50-50 cost share program brought to you by the Magoffin County Conservation District. If you have a farm number, they'll help you with cost of bush hogging up to $250, but you got to call, find out more, 349-1919. This weekend is going to be an awesome day for a horse show weather-wise, at an awesome place to have it here in Magoffin County at the Horse Park. Saturday, gates open at 5. The Magoffin County FFA is hosting a big one, almost 30 classes, great food, great time, great fun, great people to be around. And a great place to put your calendar announcements or wish someone a happy birthday or anniversary is right here. So please tell me when you want me to tell them. Going on to tonight's updated list of funeral service announcements and arrangements brought to you by the Magoffin County Funeral Home Services. Start tomorrow at 1 for Kenneth Poe. Kenneth passed away at his home this week at the age of 87. He is survived by his son Dwight, his daughter Kimberly Jane Howard, 5 grandkids, Susan Howard Terry, Megan Howard Bradley, Justin Poe, Josh Poe, and Brooklyn Poe. 3 great-grandkids, Haley Howard, Braxton Terry, and Axel Howard. And he was preceded in death by his wife Patsy and his brother Harold Ray and sister Earlene Poe Hackworth. Services start tomorrow at 1 from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Services have now been set for this Friday at 1 for Brenda Sue Shepherd Pennington. She was 65 and from Prestonsburg and passed away on Sunday. Daughter of the late Aaron and Berta Moore Shepherd, she survived by her husband James, son Sean, as well as her brothers Steve Shepherd and Owen Shepherd, sisters Mabel Moore and Geneva Marshall, Virginia Shepherd and Marlene Howard, and 4 grandkids. Services start Friday at 1 from the Faith Independent Free Will Baptist Church. Friends can call on the church this evening for visitation, as well as tomorrow. 65-year-old Carl Ray Parksey Briggs of Sitka passed away on Sunday, preceded in death by his wife LaDonna and daughters Leanna Briggs and Natasha Hiley, and his son Derek Ray Briggs, as well as his sister Betty Stevens and brothers Daryl and Jackie Briggs. He is survived by his fiancée Sharon Page, daughter Tiffany May, sons Bobby Page Jr. and Alan Page, his sisters Eula Lawson, Billy Compton, and brothers Taylor Briggs and Tommy Briggs, 20 grandkids and 5 great-grandkids. A memorial service for Carl Briggs is going to be held this Monday at the Ivington Baptist Church. It will begin at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And arrangements, I'm told, are still incomplete at this hour, but to be announced soon by the Sayersville Funeral Home for 85-year-old Terry Oney of Johnson Fork Road, who passed away on yesterday's date at his home.
My name is Don McFarland, and I have been an attorney in Eastern Kentucky for over 30 years. This is my son, Max McFarland. I'm very proud of Max. He is incredibly intelligent, a hard worker, and is graduating from law school this spring. Max will take the bar exam this summer.
We are a family and we treat our clients like family. Bigger law firms are not always better law firms. There is no substitute for experience, personal attention, wisdom, and knowing who your attorney is.
When you have any legal needs, come see us and we will personally represent you, and we will put our experience and energy to get the results you need.
If you have been in a car wreck, injured on the job, in need of Social Security disability benefits, or have any legal needs, come see us and let us take care of you. Call us at 349-9000.
There are several risk factors that may put a patient at risk for heart disease.
Especially people who have diabetes or hypertension or high cholesterol and have a family history of heart disease.
Neglecting to see a cardiologist can put you in trouble. You may develop problems that may not be reversible.
We see many people who do not have an actual diagnosis of a heart problem, but may be at risk of heart disease, and we do whatever we can to help mitigate that risk to help prevent disease in the future. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Hi, I'm Patty Maynard, your local health insurance agent here in McGoffin County. I've been serving our people for over 25 years. I would love to discuss Medicare products with you. I represent Humana Insurance Company as well as others. My office is here in Sayersville on Route 7 on Superior Hill, beside the entrance to Bluegrass Cemetery, in the same building as Patty's Tax Service. My office is open 10 to 5 Monday through Friday. I would love to see you, or you can just call us at 606-349-1993.
Now, an improving yes, perfect no, Licking Valley RACC 7-day outlook. Well, I'm glad to be able to say that there's absolutely zero, zip, nada, no point whatsoever in looking at local Doppler radar, because it's clear and there's nothing on it and there's no green to speak of. And we don't have much throughout the first half of your weekend, at least. Take a look at this page. Oh, by the way, we did top out at 74 today. We're still at 69 right now. The winds have been a little bit brisk out there at times. Had 18, 19 mile per hour gust earlier right here at the studio. So it felt a little cool at times, certainly if you were out in the rain and just had to stay out in the rain to finish what you were doing and had to stay wet for a while, and then the cooler air. Yeah, I wasn't the only one, was I? Partly cloudy tonight. Winds are still going to be moving around anywhere from 5 to 25 out of the west, so keep that in mind. And all of those winds are just blowing in cooler air that's going to stick around for days. We're going to continue to dip tomorrow. We'll go from about almost 75 today to right around 65 for your Thursday. Mostly sunny, mind you. Nice day, clear all the way across the board until about maybe 5 o'clock or so tomorrow. So a nice day. Then we see about a 30% chance of showers. Now, it is going to be breezy out of the west, up to 7 to 10 to 25 at times. Tomorrow night's low gets right around 40. Might be a few 30s we crack there in the neighborhood, with a 30% chance of showers and storms Thursday night. Friday, nice, clear, 63, sunny, beautiful. Still chilly at 42 that night. Saturday, Memorial Day weekend is here, and it's a little bit odd. Mostly sunny, and as you saw, 69. I'm hoping that sun will crank us and we'll hit 70 at least. It's going to be a very nice, comfortable day. It's just not going to be pool weather or lake weather or any wet weather unless you're just really tough. Sunday, sad to say, our next system rolls in. We have only 65 for daytime highs. We have little, if any, sunshine, and we have a 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms for your Sunday. And right now, Memorial Day, Monday's not looking much better. Upper 60s instead of mid, mostly cloudy, and still a pretty good chance of showers and thunderstorms to the tune of 60% on your Memorial Day. Like a few of the other days in the forecast, it's not going to be all wet all day, and it's actually going to start off dry, I think, and then as the afternoon progresses, after about 2 or so, slight shower chances that increase to 60% by Monday evening. Then Tuesday, obviously, we're back after Memorial Day, and then we're back to the low 70s, mostly cloudy, and 50% chance on Tuesday. And Wednesday, maybe a little sun. That'll do it for tonight. Thank you for watching. Make sure you pick up tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent, which is hitting newsstands bright and early. And I'll see you back here afterwards. Good night.